Chag Sameach. It was thousands of years ago in Egypt. And Reuven woke up that morning of the Exodus, exhausted. Of course, it had been a long night preparing for the Exodus. We know that very first Seder took place that night. And Reuven woke up exhausted. And he said, good God. After last night, now we have to wake up at the crack of dawn and start walking? Oy. Well, across town, Reuven's best friend, Shimon, he woke up too. And he said, oh my gosh, I don't have the right shoes to go on this kind of a journey. What are we doing? How come they couldn't have given us more notice? Okay. Well, sure enough, Reuven and Shimon, these best friends, they meet up. And they start walking. And they're complaining, oh, we got to schlep a long way. My feet are tired. Can you believe it's so early in the morning, we're walking, we've been slavery all this time, and now we got to schlep through the desert? Good God. And they come to the shores of the Red Sea. And there they see Nachshon, off in the distance, about to step foot into the Red Sea. And Reuven turns to Shimon, and Reuven says, you know, of course it's Nachshon. Nachshon gets to do everything he wants. Nachshon gets to be first whenever he wants, of course. And Shimon says, I know. Look at the family he comes from. The guy was born into it. Now he gets everything he wants. There goes Nachshon. And sure enough, Nachshon leads the Israelites into the Red Sea. The waters part. And finally, it comes time for Reuven and Shimon to make their way into the parted waters. And Shimon goes first and says, oh, I have no idea what I just stepped in. And Reuven says, I know, my sandals are filled with mud. Can you believe it? And that's how they made their way through the Red Sea. Muck and mud and muck and mud. And all the other Israelites are looking around them. They see the waters parted. They see the dolphins frozen on this side. They see the fish looking at them on the other side as the Israelites are walking through this dry, parted waters. And we know what happens when the Israelites get to the other end of the Red Sea. What are they doing? They're singing and dancing. They're celebrating the greatest miracle to ever happen to the Jewish people. Reuven and Shimon, they're at the back of the line. Oh, can you believe this? This is disgusting. Muck and mud and muck and mud. And sure enough, just as Reuven and Shimon finally make it to the other side, they look up and they say, look, all the people are still walking. We got to keep walking. Can you believe we got to keep walking? We just came through. Now we're walking and there's muck and mud, and up there there's sand, and we're just walking. And as Reuven and Shimon finally made it through the waters, we know that Pharaoh and the Egyptians' army were rushing behind them, and the waters crashed down on top of them. And just as it happened, the water sprayed them from behind, and Reuven turns to Shimon and says, I'm soaked. Can you believe this? Now we're going to keep walking, and my toga's all wet. And Reuven and Shimon kept walking. And they missed the entire miracle of the Jewish people, because all they did was kvetch. All they did was kvetch. We know people like this. No one in this room, of course. But we know other people. When all we do is complain, when we look for the negative, when we don't focus on the miracles that are around us, we miss all the good stuff. Yeah. Do we have to wake up early sometimes? Yes. Do we have to walk a long way sometimes? Yes. Do we not have the right shoes sometimes? Yes. Do we have to wade through the muck and the mud sometimes? Of course. But you know what? Every now and again we have to look around at the parted waters that are in front of us. Even more often than that, we have to find a reason to sing and to dance at the end of the march. We have to conquer the Kvetch. So as we celebrate this Pesach holiday, maybe a little tired, maybe a little hungover, maybe a little of this or a little of that, let us remember to pick our heads up and look around. Because friends, as compared to the rest of the world, we are incredibly blessed. Because as compared to the last 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 years of Jewish history, we're pretty blessed. Zeh hayom aseh Adonai, nagid la v'nismecha bo. This is truly a day that God has made. Let us be glad. Let us rejoice in it. May we always work to conquer the Kvetch, and may our eyes be open to the miracles and blessings that constantly surround us. Amen and Chag Sameach.